If you're new here, we welcome you. You are welcome into the space with us. Yes, 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 yes. And we come here every day. I just got to use both my eyes to try to stay on the lookout for Hill, because I know he's trying to get in. But I do want to say a loving good morning to everybody. Not only is this our exciting day because we have a guest, but this is an exciting day because today I start production on the new show. But I'm going to tell you about that later. Here in the global living room. Good morning, St. Thomas. We just come together to be together. Can you imagine? Can you imagine that we've been doing this, for 38, 39 days? Is that amazing or what? Who knew? I mean, when we were, 4 or 5 weeks ago, just trying to figure out what to do with our days. And now we have an appointment and we come together every day. And what a glorious blessing it is to be here. We're going to talk about what we learned yesterday, but I do have to step out a little early today because they're starting production and I need to get prayed up and get ready, okay? Yeah, all right? So remember when we thought we were not going to make it? Good morning, Sedona. I love Sedona. Good morning, Goldsboro, North Carolina. Yeah? When we weren't going to make it, when we were looking for things for the kids to do every day, all right? And now we got homework and assignments and journals. I love it. Day 39, amazing. Isn't that amazing? Day 39. Who would have? Allie Jacob Jones, what is this 100 thing you do? You do it every day. I have no idea what that means. So if you would share that, that would be very interesting, unless you're just doing that to get my attention. Okay? But we've come together. Have we learned so much together? And have we supported each other? Oh my God. Great and grand and glorious rising to us on this day, this Tip Your Hat Tuesday, all right? Welcome to your daily antiviral message, Living Beyond the Virus, and this is day 39. And we just continue to get stronger, we continue to get wiser, and we continue to get better. And so we begin. Come on, let's breathe. Yeah, we're loading in. Take a long, deep breath. Yeah. And a slow, complete exhale. YouTube, I don't know where I'm looking at today, so forgive me. Okay. All right, wait a minute. I'm getting a message here. He has to use the link. I'm getting a message that he's logged in under Angela Frank, but he needs to use the link. So y'all keep breathing, keep loading in. Yeah, the prosperity game. Are you on your prosperity game? I have to use this phone. And I'm trying to get to Hill. Okay. So that's what I'm doing. Let me do that. I just got a message. Let me go to my messages. Okay. And see what that says. Okay, I can't use this phone for the messages. All righty. Help me, Miss Angie. That's all I can say. Miss Angie, I'm going to send you something. And then you'll understand me by now, right? What do I have to do? I have to push that here. All right. Oh, okay. I can't. I don't know what to do. And I'm sweating because I got on a sweater and it's 60 degrees, but that's okay. Y'all keep loading in, keep loading in. All right, I don't see an Angela Frank. I don't see an Angela Frank. So if you are, you know what? He's on the wrong page. He's on my fan page. He's on my fan page. All right, I don't know what to tell you other than he needs to get over to my this page. I sent you the correct page. Anyway, we're gonna breathe and we're gonna keep on rolling. And if he don't make it, he don't make it. But he's on the wrong page. That's the problem. All right, come on, let's take a breath. And he's inhaling and exhaling. Yes, we are taking a long, deep breath. And gently follow your breath. You're breathing in, you're breathing out. Settle in, settle in. Yeah. Be aware of your body. Notice what's going on in your body. Listen. Listen to the sounds in the room. Stay connected to your breath. Listen to the sounds in the room. Notice any smells, any scents, any movement. Just notice. Just be aware. Stay with your breathing. You're breathing in. You're breathing out. Yeah. You're breathing in. You're breathing out. Excellent. Listen. Notice. And ask yourself, what is it that you need in this moment? Breathe in. Breathe out. In this moment, is there anything you need? Excellent. If we just stay present in the moment, we'll notice that all of our needs are met. There's nothing that we need to do. Yeah? So we breathe in, we breathe out. And just know that at any moment, I'm just pulling up to see if I'm getting another message here. You stay focused. You stay focused. At any moment, if we just come present to the moment, there's nothing that we need. Okay. Hey, so we got it worked out, everybody. Okay. Are you ready? So today's lesson is really going to be a little different because we do have a guest. And I think it's important that so very often when we give our all to something or we do something that we consider to be valuable for someone, and it's not acknowledged, and that leaves us, sometimes we don't do it for the acknowledgement, but it leaves a little chink in our armor. And for many of us, that's a trigger. We're bringing it from childhood, and that's a trigger. And we feel denied or devalued. So when somebody really recognizes what we've done and takes the time to thank us, I think, or just to be present, not even for the thank you. Now, our guest, I'm going to go ahead and introduce him so that when he's back, I'll bring him right on. You may know him as Sheldon Hawkes from CSI in New York, or you may know him as Dr. Marcus Andrews, the good doctor on ABC right now. I know him as a friend and as a brother. He's my frat brother. He's an alpha. I know him because his mother was the first Black anesthesiologist to practice in this country. And his father is a psychiatrist. I know him because I didn't know that he went to Harvard Law School, but he did. So as soon as he can get back on, we're going to bring him here just to speak to you. I don't know if it's his signal or my signal, but somebody's signal is gone. And let us do this. Let us bless him now, okay? If you'll join me in placing your hand on your heart and just see him. Just see his energy. And let's send him this energy. May you always know love. May you always know peace. May all of your good efforts be blessed. And may you always have joy. Yeah. Yes. Isn't it beautiful to be in community? Okay. All right. Here we go. Yay!
There.
Listen,
Okay, we made it.
and I'm about as technical as a donut hole. So the mere fact that you on here is exciting to me. How you doing?
Oh, so thankful. Everybody's so sorry. We've been trying and fighting and battling
They
against.
know. Don't even apologize. Listen, they know that sometimes I'm upside down or to the side. So the mere fact that you're here, so that you're here, and we're just so good. Let me tell you about this community, Hill.
Okay.
This is a global community. We've been coming together every day for 39 days. And we pray and we meditate and we send out our blessings and we do a lesson. And that's how I was able to introduce the concept of your project to them. And I said, just what you said to me, if you've got $1, give $1. If you've got 5, give 5. And you know how much this community raised in 2 days.
Incredible.
From all over the globe. It's the technical gremlins, and we just send out good prayers, and here you are. I'm going to shut up, you talk.
Okay. Main thing is just thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All of us are so grateful. Every day I get a DM, a text, a tweet from somebody in Flint that waited in a 2.5-hour lineup of cars for the water that this community, you all, help provide in the city. Another shipment of 5,000 gallons, which is a whole truckload, is coming this week. And then another shipment of another 5,000 is coming next week, and another the next. So our goal, and Iyanla taught me an extremely valuable lesson in this, and I'm sure she's taught all y'all that, but I needed to learn it. When she saw the goal that I had originally set of 24,000, and that was to get hopefully 10,000 gallons to the city and the community of Flint, Michigan, which is a water desert, literally, right now, clean water desert. She said, Hill, you set your goal too low. You set it too low. You know, you have to go bigger. And she reminded me of how great we all are and how we can actually ask the universe for more. And if it's done in a humble, sincere way of providing help, the universe will coalesce and combine, and along with just beautiful people like yourselves that have given $1 all the way up to $5,000. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you to the community. The city of Flint and folks there say thank you. They're so grateful. And know that the water that you're blessing them with will continue. And obviously we need sustainable solutions there, but that's what we're doing right now. Right now, we're just trying to deal with the emergency, the emergency of the COVID crisis hitting Flint right now, not having access to clean water.
Wow.
And then after this is over, we're going to use every legal remedy we have, every activist remedy to really bring long-lasting solutions. There's a wonderful organization called the National Clean Water Collective, which is a small grassroots water organization that we've been working with that's bringing solutions. And so I'm just so grateful to all of you. And Iyanla, thank you so much for pushing me. You just dropped out, so I don't know what that means for the video. I can't see you, but love, love, love to all of you in the community, and just thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
But can you imagine? Well, he lives in Detroit, so I guess Flint was close to his heart and close to his home. But you know, to take time out of this man is filming a television show. He does movies. He has an incredible youth mentoring program. He mentors all around the country. I don't know if you've seen his book, Letters to a Young Brother, or Letters to a Young Sister, but I mean classics. And he works with youth. This is a single African-American man who adopted a child. The child adopted him. That's what Hill says. Here he is. He's coming back. So, okay, let me get him on here. Yeah. It's good. You'll be up in a minute, Hill. Well, yeah, you know where you stop on my thank you. Yeah,
Okay.
but that's
Okay.
okay. I know you're thankful. And I was just saying to the community how beautiful it is that you know, I mean, you're this big Hollywood actor, this Harvard trained lawyer, but that you work with youth, that you are one of like 0.1% that of men who adopted children, and just your heart, you know, your heart. But this is what I want to know: what has to happen for the sustainable solution in Flint? What? Because I told you I'm on that step with you. Where
Yeah.
you go, I go.
So it's
What?
really a three-step process, right? Right now is the triage, emergency room. We got to just get them water, survival through this crisis. Then the next step is working on filtration for individual homes, which makes whatever water is coming into the home, you're agnostic to it because we're going to be able to filter that water once it hits the house. And then obviously the bigger remedy is digging up every single bad pipe in the city and provide them clean water. But that's not where it stops. There has to be a fund set up for the children who have been poisoned. See,
Yeah,
just like the 9/11 Victims Fund, there has to be a fund set up because if you want to talk about a city that's experienced horrible luck, 60 Minutes had worked on an 8-month long piece profiling what's still the horror of Flint and the fact that the children are actually been poisoned worse than we thought. There's a doctor there named Dr. Mona who actually was diagnosed with COVID-19 and she's come through it, thankfully. But she was the one that originally exposed it, and she's still the pediatrician there that's dealing with the kids. And the situation of the lead poisoning of the children, which we know causes different types of behavior disorders as well as learning.
learning disabilities, respiratory problems, central nervous system problems.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And many of those things don't appear until later, just like
later on.
at 9/11, the first responders, they weren't sick the next day, but obviously they were sick. So there was a victims fund set up. The same thing has to happen in Flint, and we're in federal court fighting for that Flint Victims Fund for the children so they get the services and help and support they need over the course of their life in terms of learning and additional facilities in the community. None of it exists. It's a tragedy beyond measure that
And
once the news cameras left,
that's it.
the
And the movie
political
was
will
great.
to help a bunch of poor folks
Yeah,
left as well.
yeah.
And then
And
I
the
even got a
movie.
response, Iyanla, from someone who said, Hill, if it's so bad there and it's been bad for 6 years, how come those people don't just leave? I'm tired of hearing from them. They shouldn't even be there. And I said, God, I said, bless you, but the folks with the economic means have left.
Yes.
That's the property values have dropped over 90%. You can go there right now and buy a house in Flint for $5,000. But let's say you had bought before the crisis, or your grandmama had spent her whole life working hard to pay off that family home. You can't sell it. You
Mm.
can't leave, and you have no economic mobility. 41% of the people there live below poverty line, and most of them are African American women, ages 24 to 35, and single moms.
Yeah. Well, and now they have COVID.
Now they have COVID.
Yeah.
And we know that in the wealthy neighborhoods, in the wealthy grocery stores, they're only letting you take a bottle or two out. What do you think? What do you think's in the grocery stores in Flint?
Not
It's
much.
not there.
Not much.
It's
Not much.
just not there.
And it's amazing to me how, we if it's not on the news and it's not in front of our face, and I say in this community all the time, there are other things going on besides the virus. They have us hypnotized with the corona, and things like this are going on. Infant mortality still challenges. The people who are incarcerated, they're not talking to us about that. They forget about those, and the COVID is just running rampant through
Yeah.
the judicial system. And people in Flint don't have water, and we're complaining because we got to be home, but we can go to the sink, the refrigerator, somewhere and get some water. So
Yes.
I really want to thank you for bringing it back to my awareness, because I was very active in the beginning, and then we get busy. So
Yeah.
when you said it, I was like, ooh, 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 okay, let me get on this. Yeah.
And Iyanla, to be completely transparent, I was in that COVID mindset too, and until the people that I've been working with there started hitting me on either DMs or emails or text saying, we need help.
Yeah.
We're in trouble.
Yes.
There was one woman named India Boone whose 4-year-old, I don't have it's on my phone, but a picture of her 4-year-old, her face is burned. The water's burning her face. She had eczema.
Don't start me, because I can't take it with the children. I'll be weeping. I'll be weeping.
Couldn't use the tap water, so she had to use bottled water. That she didn't have the water to wash her daughter's face or let her brush her teeth. And you're right, I'll tear up, because I have a 4-year-old son, as you mentioned, and just the privilege and the blessing when you think about the ability. The things I'm worried about is trying to figure out how to get him to sit still for some homeschooling,
Right.
not his face burning from really corrosive water coming out of a pipe.
Right.
And it's so I thank you for your leadership in this and literally taking it on when we talked about it, and you becoming a leader in the charge, and your community stepping up as well. So just you abundantly grateful.
What I've learned is the Creator God will bring things into my life, and when they show up, there's something for me to do. And I simply ask, what do I need to do? And so this community right here, where we're feeling, a certain way, just to be able to support and help something, take your mind off you for a minute, tithe your time, your energy, your resources. That's what's going to get us through. So I just follow directions. I say, thank God. And thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Marcus Andrews, right? Is that your new character?
Yeah, I'm Dr. Marcus Andrews. I'm the good doctor. That's right. I say, I'm not a doctor, but I play one on TV.
Well, your parents are doctors.
Both of my parents are doctors. My father was a psychiatrist. He passed away in 2000, and my mother was one of the first African-American female anesthesiologists.
Yeah.
And wow. They met at Howard Medical School.
Here in DC.
In DC. Okay, she just disappeared. That means I'm going to disappear soon, I think. Love all of you. Thank you so much. If you can still hear me, God bless. And I'm so grateful. And the people of Flint are very grateful. Thank you.
Let's see. Oh, I got to push this button. It's just wonderful doing TV from home. All right. You'll be up in a minute. 1, 2. That's 2. They're counting you in, and you'll pop up in a minute. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Thank you for taking.
Can I sit here for the lessons to
knowledge? Sure. Absolutely.
I would love to listen and take it in with the community.
Okay, you sure can. All right. So, Hill, today our reading is coming from a book called Steps to Knowledge.
Oh, Steps to Knowledge.
And it's by Marshall V.N. Summers. And we are doing step number 51. Okay, everybody? Step number 51.
Step 51.
Yeah, here we go. And the lesson is, let me recognize my fears so that I may see the truth beyond them. Your obstacles must be recognized in order for you to see beyond them. If they are ignored or denied, if they are protected or called by other names, you will not realize the nature of their restraint. You will not understand that which oppresses your life. Your life is not born of fear. Your source is not born of fear. To be able to recognize your fears means that you must realize that you are a part of something greater. Realizing this, you can learn to become objective about your life and to understand that your present circumstances do not lead to self-condemnation. For it is within these circumstances that you must cultivate. All right, I'm back. All right, I'm going to pick up right where I left off. Evaluate the existence of your fears and remind yourself that your reality is beyond them, but that you must recognize them to understand their damaging presence in your life. To be without fear, you must understand fear. Come on now. It is a mechanism, its influence on people and its result in its life. You must recognize. You must recognize this without deception or without preference. You are a great being working in a limited context, a limited environment. Understand the limits of your environment and understand the limitations of your vehicle, and you will no longer limit yourself by fear. Let me recognize my fears so that I may see the truth beyond them. That is some good medicine right there. Okay? So take a breath. Let us take that in. Let us breathe it in. Long, deep inhale. Slow, complete exhale. And today, let us send light, love, and healing energy to the trash collectors, to the grave diggers, to those who are doing jobs that we often discount and ignore. With so many people home, the trash collectors are working harder than they ever have just to keep our streets clean. And these are fathers, these are mothers who feed their families by taking away and throwing away what we don't want. Those who dig the eternal homes for the many loved ones we have lost. And there are many who have been lost. These divine beings, they work in the summer, the winter, the snow, the rain, the blazing heat, and we hate to need them, but we do. And the service they provide, we must acknowledge and recognize with deep compassion and loving kindness. Let us send healing light and energy to fill their minds and strengthen their hearts with compassion. Come on, breathe. Because we are all connected through our hearts. Yeah. Every trash collector, every grave digger, every funeral director who now has the task of keeping families of the departed 6 feet away from each other in the midst of their sorrow. Let us hold them with compassion. And we breathe. You know, sometimes we forget all the services that are provided just to get us the things that we need. So we ask that the universal healing energy neutralize and transmute any sadness or sorrow or overwhelm that these brothers and sisters may be experiencing. And we affirm that they each receive the energy that they need to do their work and provide their service that is so needed at this time and so under acknowledged and under recognized. And we breathe. And let us just send them light and love and energy. We forget. We forget. And join me by placing your hand over your heart and repeat these words with me, silently or aloud, with the intention that each grave digger, each funeral director, each um, um, trash collector will receive the energies. May your hearts be comforted. Their work is not easy. May those you serve and recognize and honor you. May your needs be met with grace and ease. May you know peace. So, my beloveds, how does it feel to be acknowledged? I'm so sorry, YouTube, that you couldn't see him, but we'll get this video up, okay? Yeah. How does it feel to be acknowledged? How does it feel to have someone you did something for just come and say thank you? And I would apologize for all the technical problems, but are you clear that when we focused in on him coming in, that he came in and stayed in? Did you get that? We are a bad group of folk here. So listen, I need your support today because I have to go and get prayed up and ready. We start our production of Fear Not today, and they're doing all kind of stuff here. That may be why the stuff went out. But I'm actually not leaving you today. I've been here a long time. It's almost an hour with all the cutting in and the cutting out. Yeah. So, but I have an assignment for you. Okay. We don't have a lesson. But today, as you walk through this day, I want you to make a mental and a physical note. A mental and a physical note of the good that you've done in your life. Let's say from the beginning of the life, how you've helped somebody, how you supported somebody. Write it down, acknowledge it, yeah? And if you can't think of it that way, think of what's going on in your life so that you can celebrate. Let this be Tip Your Hat Tuesday. Tip your hat and say, I did that. Tip your hat and say, I'm going to celebrate that. I'm going to celebrate me. Tip Your Hat Tuesday. So I'm going to leave you, but I want you to get clear throughout this day about the things that you've done in service, in support of others. Yeah? And that you may not have even stopped to acknowledge or recognize. Or maybe they didn't acknowledge or recognize, but that's okay. You could acknowledge yourself and recognize yourself. Okay? So I'm going to read this for you in our closing. Send me some good love and light and energy. And remember, if you want to be a guest on Fear Not, we're going to put the link at the top of the page, and you can be filmed to ask me a question about fear. Please don't embarrass me going over there asking the people about relationships and money and all of that. What do you want? You know I'm on the thing. Go away. Okay? And I'll be here tomorrow, full force, regular time. We're going to do our lesson. But our closing reading today comes from Conflict Resolution for Holy Beings. Conflict Resolution for Holy Beings by Joy Harjo. You know, Joy Harjo is the current poet laureate of the United States, and she is the first Native American poet laureate. So, again, Conflict Resolution for Holy Beings by Joy Harjo. She is the poet laureate of the United States, the first Native American, and she's from the Muskogee Creek Nation. All right? I'm going to do this real quick. Once the world was perfect, and we were happy in that world. Then we took it for granted. Discontent began, a small rumble in the earthly mind. Then doubt pushed through with its spiked head. And once doubt ruptured the web, all manner of demon thoughts jumped through. We destroyed the world we had been given for inspiration, for life. Each stone of jealousy, each stone of fear, greed, envy, and hatred put out the light. No one was without a stone in his or her hand. There we were, right back where we started. We were bumping into each other in the dark. And now we had no place to live since we didn't know how to live with each other. Then one of the stumbling ones took pity on another, and they shared a blanket. A spark of kindness made a light. The light made an opening in the darkness. Everyone worked together to make a ladder. And the Wind Clan people climbed out first into the next world. And then the other clans, the children of those clans, and their children, and their children, all the way through time to now, into this morning. Blessed light be unto you. One climbed out and made a way for all the others. That one may be you. Deep bow. Deep bow to Hill Harper for his work. Deep bow for you. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.